Welcome to the Daily Dude. I'm Everett.
I'm Nick.
And today is Monday, whatever part of September it is, but you're watching this on Tuesday.
Yep. And you are welcome.
You're beautiful people.
Yes. Thank you to all of our viewers.
Now, obviously, first weekend of the preseason, you had Thursday night football, Sunday football, all fucking day, and Monday night football, which we've actually got the Falcons and the Eagles game on right now because I got 3 players in my fantasy league playing.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and then we've got the Vikings Niners game coming up immediately after.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to cover all of Sunday and
Thursday,
and that's going to be it.
Yeah. And he said preseason, what he meant was regular season.
Did I say preseason?
You did. It rolled out. Just
Whoops.
Whatever.
First weekend of the regular season.
Yeah. So let's start where the season started. Thursday night football, Pats versus the Steelers.
The only thing that really matters is the Patriots, right?
Yes. All you whatevers, fuck you. Anyways, so let's start off with the pregame ceremonies. We had a banner unveiling, and it looked pretty sick. And there was also an alternate banner that they were going to use had Brady been suspended, and it looked pretty cool. I kind of prefer that one over.
It had the Super Bowl championships back, and then a 12 instead of the 2014.
It was pretty cool, but hey, we got banners, man. Anyways, so that happened. There was a pregame concert.
I'd rather have Brady play the first 4 games than have a cooler banner.
Right. So in the first quarter, it was kind of stalemate. They were getting some pressure on Brady and whatnot, but from second quarter on, Gronkowski was a beast. This guy had him for fantasy, right?
Yup.
Right?
3 of them touchdowns, all
Yep.
mine. 27.4 points.
Yeah. And who threw those touchdowns? My quarterback, Tom Brady.
Got you, 35 fantasy points?
Something like that. It was ridiculous. Anyways, Steelers kind of caught up in the garbage time, but still fell short, 28-21. And
got a mean sack on Brady, though.
Yeah, they did. It's all right. We got a sack on them as well. Offensive line, they're young. We've got, 3 rookies on the offensive line?
3 rookies, yep.
So I'm sure they've got a mouthful, or earful, whatever.
Well, as Belichick said, in his own words, the offensive line, they're more talented but less experienced. So he says give them a couple of regular season games against actual starters to get a groove in, and he thinks they're going to be doing all right. They showed that they were capable and that they are talented.
Definitely.
So we'll see where they go from here. They're taking on Rex Ryan, a.k.a. Lil Pepper.
Lil Pepper!
And his Buffalo Bills next week. And you know what? Just rolling on into that. The Buffalo Bills, never really been a good team. Rex Ryan, head coach of the Jets, also been a bad team. So honestly, when Rex Ryan got picked up for the Bills, I didn't expect a whole lot. But they came up against Andrew Luck and the Colts, who has always been a devastating team, and they just smashed them.
It was scary,
It was
man.
a great game. The Bills really brought everything that they had, and they just showed that, you know what, Rex Ryan, he knows what he's doing. He's a good coach, and the Bills are a good team, and I think they're going to be a great contender. It's going to be an interesting season. It's going to be a game watching the Patriots play them twice this year. We're going to have entertaining games. It's not just going to be a stomp.
Right. And now, not taking anything away from the Colts, but the Bills totally blew them out of the water. Even without Sammy Watkins being one of the main receivers. Did you see? He wasn't really active at all yesterday. Percy Harvin had a touchdown, but I didn't really, when we were watching the games, I didn't see, Sammy Watkins get a touch. Tyrod Taylor and him don't have a good connection, I guess. Anyways, we also had, 7 hours worth of football yesterday that we vegged out and watched all of it.
We got Sunday tickets, so.
Woo woo!
Your boys got Sunday ticket, hooked it up, and we just sat on the couch all day, just fucking vegged out on football.
Brewskis and football.
Might as well just bring it down the line.
Yep.
A Browns and Jets game.
Helicopter!
Oh, man. McCowan just got smashed trying to rush in for a fucking touchdown. So close. Gets hit, loses the ball, and in midair, boom. You see the video right here.
Yep.
Just disgusting.
Spin me right around, baby.
He's got a concussion from that hit and just got wrecked. But on the upside for Manziel, he was able to go in, show everybody, he wasn't fucking around.
Was it like 2 plays in?
Yeah.
Touchdown pass.
Yeah. And, Manziel, more Nick than I, he likes Manziel. He wants to see Manziel do well. And honestly, I'm jumping on that train too because Manziel was serious about changing up his attitude and improving his play time, and he showed that he had. But, unfortunately, the rest of his offense just wasn't up to snuff.
Yeah.
And as a result, it forced him to play, poorly. He was ready to go. He was getting good passes, but his offense just couldn't keep up. They weren't doing it.
That offensive line was blowing some coverage, man. Blowing protection. Yep. As you can see, if you were watching the game yesterday, there was a play where Manziel was trying to make a scramble, and out comes his offensive lineman running into him and causing a fumble. The Browns are the Browns, but Manziel is trying to make them a better team.
It doesn't help when they're playing against each other,
Right, exactly. Anyways, moving on to the Panthers and Jags. Not much went on during this game that's really worth noting other than Luke Kuechly left the game with a concussion.
But if you had the Panthers for your defense in fantasy, 21 points from a defense. They got, unstoppable, that defense.
Yep.
But yeah, that was the Sunday ticket didn't really show up that game too much. It was just a boring game.
Yeah.
Low scoring, not much happened.
Yeah, what is it? Julius Thomas on the Jags. He didn't really do anything.
No.
Anyways, on to the skins and fins, baby. This game was in favor for the Redskins when they had a 10-0 lead, but shortly after, it was just kind of a slow losing.
They showed a lot of that game, but for some reason, I barely remember it.
Yeah, Bill Lazor has really done a great job as the offensive coordinator there in Miami. Ryan Tannehill is actually showing up and actually throwing some good bullets. Now, as far as the Redskins go, I don't know if we really want to say this is Kirk's team, because I don't really think that this is going to be his team for much longer, especially with RG3 being cleared and Colt McCoy ready to go. Kirk Cousins has shown, even last season, he is not dependable.
He's a joke.
We'll give you anywhere from 2 to 4 turnovers. Well, the Redskins had 4 turnovers yesterday, and let's not forget that fucking awesome trifecta fumble.
Oh man! But that was all from the Dolphins, wasn't it? That was the Dolphins' fumble.
Dolphins skins.
Yeah, the Dolphins fumbled on the snap.
Yeah, man.
Rolls back. Dolphins player goes for it. Just fucking watch the video, man.
It was awesome to watch.
Got decided. It doesn't matter how much you try, Miami. You are not destined for that ball. Your drive is done.
Brick hands, man. Brick hands.
It was like something out of a cartoon. It was hilarious.
It was like those stupid fucking sound effects for cartoons. If you plug those in, you would don't. Yeah.
Or what? The yakety yak song too.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just they looked like fools. It was bad.
Yeah.
The Bears and the Packers game was also a 10 a.m. game.
Yeah.
I really expected the Bears to get fucking walloped.
Decimated, man.
But you know what? Jay Cutler, he played uncharacteristically well.
Yeah, ran with
the ball. They kept up. Mm-hmm. For a little late in the game for him to try to show in his career to show that he's having some improvement, but improvement's improvement, at least at the beginning of the season.
Bennett had a garbage time touchdown.
Yeah.
They were, what? It was a 7-point game, 28-21 again, right? Yeah.
So, the closest game that they've had against the Packers in 4 years, I think. Yeah. Or four matchups. Because the last one was 55-18, and then it was like 33-18. So it was closest they've had in a while.
Very close. And for a long time there, for you fantasy players who had Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, he wasn't doing too well. He wasn't doing very spectacular at all.
I was getting kind of bummed. He was projected to get like 27 points. He only got like 23.
Yeah, kind of a subpar showing, but hey, it's fantasy. Anyways, now on to the rookie game of the week.
Holy shit.
Titans versus Bucks. Now, we have a pretty cool fun fact here. Both Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston have thrown their first touchdown pass of their career to the Titans.
I was hoping you would say that. Oh, man. That was like his first play, too. Right out the gate. It was a pick six. Play.
So, Jameis Winston, thank you for that entertaining fun fact that we were able to say today.
He has proved that he's just a fucking bum. He's not good. He had multiple turnovers. They lost. The Titans was 42 to
Was it 14?
14, I think.
Something like that.
Well, it's just a laughable game. Marcus Mariota, he showed in that game, and he just proved he ain't here to fuck around.
Yeah.
He's not playing games. He's going to lead that team. And out of nowhere, I think the Titans have maybe a contender.
Yeah, they had a great defensive game and a great offensive game. Delaney Walker, really good tight end there. I forgot the receiver. He had a couple of touchdowns. But, I mean, even the running game.
I think, is their running back. He's projected to do well this season now, too. And it's just the Titans, after years of being a garbage team, you got a quarterback that's really that's smart, that's talented, and wants to, has something to show because he's a rookie. And they could have a good season.
Yep, I think it's been since like 2000 when they played the Rams.
They might actually have a winning season this year.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say playoffs.
Right.
That's excessive. But I think for the first time in a long time, they're going to have a winning season. I'll put money on that.
I think Mariota really showed who the number one pick really was.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyways, on to the Texans and Chiefs game. The Chiefs haven't won a single game in Houston in the last 5 years.
So this guy started the Houston defense, and
I mean, with that three-headed monster down in Houston with Watt, Clowney, and Wilfork, you'd expect them to show up.
You heard nothing. They were like non-factors.
Well, granted, J.J. Watt did have a record game by himself, even though the team lost. And check out that fucking sick sack without the helmet, man.
And even though he did so well, his performance was almost nothing. And they just couldn't stop the Chiefs.
And we had two quarterbacks with the Houstons. One played the first half of the game. The other played the second. We had Hoyer, who was just really sluggish. He
Multiple picks.
Yeah, one touchdown pass to Hopkins, and then that was really it. They couldn't really establish a good run game. Alfred Blue wasn't really doing too much. But in the second half of the game, we saw Ryan Mallett, and Ryan Mallett, man, was throwing fucking bullets. He was out there to really fight for his starting job. I think he got it. We'll see what happens.
That's what we thought in the preseason, too, but they just fucking making poor choices.
Yeah. They did say in the preseason that Mallett was not the starter yet. So we'll keep an eye out on that throughout the next, I want to say, 2 weeks. If Brian Hoyer did what he was doing on Sunday throughout the season, he's not going to be a starting quarterback for very long.
And it was too bad because I was excited to see the Houston defense in action.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen.
Yeah. We'll see what happens as that goes on. The Texans are my second favorite team, so rooting them on too, man. Now on to the Cowboys and the Giants. Sunday Night Football. Man.
I
really don't want to spend too much time on this because I fucking hate the Cowboys and I also fucking hate the Giants.
I hate the Giants and I hate the Cowboys fans because there's too many people out there that are dumb blonde sluts. I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yes.
Who's their... Oh yeah? Yeah, I love the Cowboys. Oh my God, football. Who's their coach?
Mm-hmm. Who's the owner for the last 30 plus years?
Name 3 of their players that played last season that weren't Bryant, Murray, or Romo.
Yeah. Can you tell me who was a running back in the mid-90s? Can you tell me who the quarterback was in the mid-90s?
Their fans are dumb and annoying.
All right. So anyways, this game ended up being a nail-biter towards the end there with, 7 seconds left of the game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a good game, especially if you had nothing.
Right. Nothing to do. Yeah.
No investment in it.
Right.
My matchup, if Odell Beckham did good, I probably would have lost my fantasy matchup.
Right.
But he barely got any passes,
yeah.
So we're good.
Speaking of Odell, go ahead.
And for more crushing news, Dez Bryant has a broken bone in his foot and is out 4 to 6 weeks. So that sucks a lot.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Tony Romo has proven that he can still perform. Jason Witten is going to be getting a lot of love.
Right.
So props to David for picking him up.
And speaking of Odell Beckham, we have a new best fucking catch so far this year with the Browns player. Hartline.
Oh, yeah, when he got it on his knees.
Yeah.
Hartline gets on his knees. He's about to get hit from the rear by Jets defense.
fingertips.
We'll put the video up. You see it.
Yeah. Anyways, NFC East, no one's really caring too much about those two teams right now. The NFC East has been called the NFC least for years, and there's a reason why. So we are moving on now to the Seahawks and the Rams.
A game I did not really care about until it ended, and I saw that tweet.
Yes.
Russell Wilson on Saturday posts 1-0, go Hawks. Loses, and the
You should have thrown the ball.
the St. Louis Rams Twitter page made sure to remind him about it.
Yep.
Arrogance is not,
No.
no. And the funny thing is, Pete Carroll, they're 4th and 1. I've seen this before, and I know what to do. Decides to gives the ball to Marshawn Lynch. Come on, man. You should have thrown a slant pass. You'd have
Come on,
had it. Get your shit together, Pete.
Lynch went negative on the yards. Lynch had a poor performance game. I have him as my fantasy running back, my number one, and he didn't really do too well. He kind of looks sluggish out there.
Better than Bolden.
Yeah, which is a cause for concern because normally when he gets hit at the line, he keeps moving his legs, but you didn't see a whole lot of that yesterday. Also, Richard Sherman got thrown on a lot yesterday and didn't have really much to back up for it.
Almost as if they're very subtly trying to send a message that they want Cam Chancellor's deal to be met.
Yeah.
Because they have shown, they have spoken out that they're upset that he hasn't been given the deal that he wants.
Right. So maybe
But
they're
who
going to...
knows?
Yeah, who knows what's really going on except for them.
I mean, I might be grasping at straws here.
Yeah. Anyways, the Rams had a solid game, had a clear win. Oh, yeah, and when they went into overtime, the fucking Seahawks had an onside kick that didn't work.
We had 4 onside kicks yesterday.
Yeah, it was a crazy day yesterday. A lot of injuries, a lot of interceptions, fumbles. It was a good day for football, to be honest. If you're
First
a viewer.
day since 2009 that neither one of the Manning brothers threw a touchdown pass. And with that being said, on to the Broncos-Ravens game. That's technically a lie because Peyton Manning did throw a touchdown pass
to the Ravens. Yeah. So this game, if you had the Broncos kicker or the Ravens kicker on your fantasy team,
I did, but I didn't start him.
Right? No one would have thought. So
not a single one of neither Flacco nor Manning threw a touchdown pass to their own team. Each one of them threw a pick 6, but otherwise, all the other points scored in that game were from field goals.
Yep, McManus and Tucker. They had all of the points. They were the leading scorers of those games. It was really difficult to watch. It was just one of those games you really don't care about. The only cool thing that happened was Terrell Suggs got hurt.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, and he is out for the season.
I don't really like him. But
yeah,
I hope that the Ravens defense can manage without him against the Raidens.
The Ravens.
The Raiders. I hope the
Raiders.
Ravens can manage without him against the Raiders because I'm starting them.
Right. So
Because I don't think the Bills are going to manage against the Pats.
Yeah. So now we are going to the Chargers and Lions game. Lions had a huge lead and it got dropped like that and they didn't never pick up the pace again. It was amazing to see.
Phil Rivers shut up in the second quarter and just gave Woodhead a lot of love.
And you know what? Woodhead was one of the leading rushers on fantasy points yesterday. It was crazy. It's like his career.
He was like 18 points.
Yeah,
I mean,
high or something.
Well, here was the thing. Melvin Gordon is a larger, he's a rookie, but he's a much larger rusher. Yet they gave it to Gordon when they were on the goal line every time.
Did I say Woodhead?
Woodhead.
You meant Woodhead.
I meant Woodhead.
Yeah. But also, Melvin Gordon has also shown his rookie mistakes, I suppose, or...
he has shown that he's still a rookie.
Yeah, exactly, throughout the whole preseason. So far, a lot of people have called him a bust. Even his own mother said that she would not wear his jersey until he has proven its worthiness.
Tough love, man.
Tough love. But anyways, Amir Abdullah, this guy is one to watch. Backup running back for the Lions behind Joique Bell. Saw a lot of him yesterday. And if you don't have him on your fantasy team, get him.
You know who's a disappointment for fantasy? Frank Gore.
Frank Gore.
We got 1.2 points, something like that?
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Andre Johnson, too. Those Colts guys, I don't know. Stay away from them. Moving on to the Bengals and Raiders. Now, if you're a Raiders fan, why? Why are you a Raiders fan? If you do not live in Oakland or Los Angeles, Why are you a Raiders
The
fan?
Raiders got punished, and you know what? Derek Carr, he got injured, and that just really set them up for their loss. I think Derek Carr, he's a hard-working quarterback, and he's the kind of guy that you want to see succeed because you know he's got the heart, you know he's got the talent, he works so hard, but he just doesn't have the team. You know, he doesn't have the support that he needs, and with him getting injured, the Raiders is not going to have a good season.
They're not. But
on top of that, I can't remember their names. Bengals player, defense, he laid out a Raiders player, took off his helmet and hit his head against it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. That kind of sounds like what Sue did yesterday in the Dolphins versus Redskins game. Did you see that? Where
kicked his helmet off, kicked him in the head. And he's getting investigated for that by the league. And there's a pretty good chance that he's going to get some disciplinary action because he's a repeat offender.
Yeah. Now, is this a surprise? No, not at all. But
everybody knows he plays dirty. He's a piece of shit.
Do you remember when he stomped on Aaron Rodgers? Or when he was twisting people's ankles? Yeah. Great guy to have in the league.
Oh, Brady's the cheater.
Yeah. Yeah. Brady plays dirty. Anyways, moving on to the, we already talked about that.
The only thing we didn't hit on was the way the Patriots cheated Thursday night.
Oh, yeah.
With the radios in the rain.
Right. Yeah.
There's plenty of memes going around making fun of it. Mike Tomlin, you know, I'm not saying the Patriots made it rain, but it is suspicious that it started raining.
Right.
And his press conference, where he's talking all this shit, talking about how every time he goes to Gillette Stadium, he has radio problems. And basically saying, without saying, that the Patriots are cheaters. Every time he goes there, they cheat. He only lost on Thursday because they cheat.
Right.
But, you know, basically indirectly saying that when, let's be honest, it happens all the time. In 2011, the Jets had the same problem when they played the Steelers.
Yeah.
It happens.
Coaches came out and even backed up Belichick saying it happens everywhere.
It happens everywhere. And the league controls the headsets. They control all that communication stuff. And it's not like the Patriots had an advantage because as soon as the Steelers started having issues, the other teams they didn't have issues. They have to remove their headsets so that it's fair. So it's something that happens all over the place, and it's usually the same issue. One team will pick up another team's game broadcast that would normally be played on the radio.
Right.
It happens. It's communications. Anybody who has worked in communications knows. Or if you're in the military, you know how shitty communications are.
Right.
It just happens. They, for no fucking reason, just don't work right. And for Mike Tomlin to sit there and jump on the train where the Patriots cheat when there's almost never any evidence, while this guy was on video tripping a running... tripping a running back.
Cornerback.
Yeah, you tripped a cornerback, and he's gonna say other teams cheat? Bullshit. You're a fucking turd.
Right.
I'm getting worked up, and I'm running over my words, and I'm still also trying to see this game even though it's at the halftime.
Anyways, so we'll state 2-star fantasy players for this week. Best wide receiver award goes to DeAndre Hopkins out of the Houston Texans.
He got 19 points, right?
Oh, it was 20-something.
Was it?
Yeah. He did amazing work. I had him as my flex receiver, and I didn't really expect too much out of him.
Hopefully Julio Jones catches up to that.
But stellar breakout player of the week. Also, we have QBs, and it's a surprising tie between Tom Brady and Marcus Mariota, throwing both 4 touchdown passes. Brady beat him on the yards, but Marcus Mariota had a close second.
The only thing about it is Marcus Mariota going to be consistent.
Exactly. So, take what we say with a grain of salt. Every week in fantasy is a matchup game. Not to say, Tom Brady will falter, but you never know.
I spent 3.5 hours studying matchups, getting advice from the experts. I was up all night on Friday, making my fantasy matchups so they would be as good as they could be. And my 3 guys that I picked for the perfect matchups combined got me 16 points.
Yep.
Sometimes it's all luck.
Yep. Player to watch, Dion Lewis, running back for the New England Patriots. Now, LeGarrette Blount will return for week 2.
And Jones for Green Bay. Wide receiver.
Yes. James Jones. Yep, back in Green Bay. Well, this is pretty much a football-based episode. We don't really have anything else much to say other than what amazing weekend we had in football.
Yeah, that's all we do is watch football. So.
Exactly. football. We will start to broaden our horizons a little bit more. We will have more things to say, more, cool subjects and whatnot. It's just right now, it's a lot of football, and that's all I really give a fuck about talking right now.
Yeah, I mean, you get the first weekend of football, you got to talk about it. It's
Yeah,
as simple as that.
exactly. Thank you, Rockstar. And as always, I'm Nick.
I'm Everett.
This is the Daily Dude. Peace out.
We're not sponsored by Rockstar. Don't sue us.
No. The first pick of the league fantasy draft is...